The speculations and the rumors are true. On the 11th of November, we're going to be getting a brand new update for Battlefield 6, but this update is going to fix some of the major issues with the game. What's up troopers, my name is Neon and welcome to a brand new video. Everyone was saying, hey Neon, there's going to be an update on the 11th. I was like, where? When is this actually going to happen? I haven't heard anything. Well, it looks like these people were 100% right, because I did say to them that if there was going to be an update on the 11th, we was going to hear about a new update the day before. And that is exactly what Battlefield has done. With this update, we are going to be getting another one very soon after it, because next week we're going to be getting some extra content. We're going to be getting our California map and our second part of the Season 1 content. So all these fixes here, well, there's going to be more even soon. And these are some of the biggest stuff what a lot of people have been complaining about, and overall just want to see quality of life fixes for the game. And these notes are going to be really important for you guys, and honestly extremely satisfying too, because a lot of changes in here is exactly what I've been waiting for. So leave a like and of course subscribe if you're new, and let's get into the updates. So the first thing they have fixed, and this is probably one of the biggest because this has been going on for some time now, the recon drone by hitting it with the sledgehammer. The way to do this was actually to do it with a teammate, because if you're going to use the sledgehammer, you can't do it on your own because you will destroy it. While you do it and you hit it with the sledgehammer, the drone basically just starts jumping up and gets higher and higher and higher. And once that happens, you can parachute up to any type of building you want to. At the start, it was a really cool Battlefield moment where people was doing really cool stunts, taking out jets. And it was just a really cool thing to see, but unfortunately people had to ruin it, and that's exactly what happened. So many people were getting on top of buildings where they wasn't supposed to be there. They will honestly just ruin the overall flow of the game. And this was extremely frustrating when it came to Breakthrough, because Breakthrough, it was just near impossible to play it because of this, and even people would do it on Conquest. It was kind of funny though, because sometimes people would do it so much that they wouldn't even be doing anything for their team. They would be absolutely useless and they would just lose the game. Why? Because they have like 5 people sat up in the building, not even bothering capturing flags. I don't personally understand what is the goal about this, because it's just such a cheesy spot, and of course it always has to be someone ruining it. So all the people who was abusing this bug, haha. The next one, they are working on the locked guided missile, as it would not counter the flares, and this could be really frustrating. It would be extremely difficult for the jet pilots and even anyone who's flying the attack chopper. Hopefully this will sort out the ranges when you get locked on too, because sometimes I'll leave my spawn and I'm instantly locked on. When I'm in an attack chopper, I feel like I'm chilling in my own spawn instead of being aggressive. Fixed an issue where vehicles did not spawn correctly in Breakthrough or Conquest. There would be times where you would capture a flag, and while that flag is captured, you're supposed to get a tank. But once you capture it, there's no tank. They're going to be fixing stuff like that, so there's going to be more vehicles on the map, as it was supposed to be. Fixing multiple Battle Royale issues affecting match flow, squad revives, and end of the round transition. They're also addressing the progression, the audio, and the UI issues, and overall they're going to be improving it all. I would definitely like to see the audio be fixed, and definitely the UI. I wonder what the progression they're talking about here. Fixing the issue where dispersion would be higher than intended when going from sprint to fire in ADS. This is something what Enders mentioned about it, and it seems like such a simple fix, but honestly it was a really big deal. They fixed the spread when it comes to your movement speed, and when the player is moving on its maximum movement speed. They are improving the landing animation to reduce the camera movement, so you can actually aim down sight. There would be times where you land and it would be all over the place, but you're right next to an enemy and you got to get into that gunfight straight away. I didn't really think it was too much of a big deal in a multiplayer, but in the Battle Royale, when you land next to someone, you got to be ready. They have fixed an issue when matches sometimes start with all sectors and objectives active at the same time. So here is some news about the progression side. Did you troopers ever have a challenge where you needed to get 5 shotgun kills without reloading? Well, if you did do that challenge, sometimes you might have realized going, I'm not even progressing this challenge at all. Yeah, that's what would be happening. Apparently, if you're trying to do the 5 kills with shotguns without reloading, sometimes it wouldn't count as properly. I can imagine how frustrating that is, because how many rounds do you even have with a shotgun? 8? So you got to make sure that like every bullet really counts. It's kind of a tricky challenge, you really think about it. So if you do complete it and it doesn't count, that sucks. So they are going to be fixing stuff like that, and that's good to see. If you troopers were trying to do the progression on the Engineer Specialist 3 assignments, sometimes it would not save correctly. Well, they're going to be also working on that so you can finish off the Engineer class. Fix an issue where spawn loot would not spawn ammo or armor. If you troopers have the Battlefield Pro, you get something really exclusive. When it comes to vehicles, you can have the radio called Battlefield Pro. That is certain music what only Battlefield Pro players can actually have. Well, sometimes you would actually select this and listen to the music and nothing would be playing at all. Well, they're going to be working on that, so if you've never heard the music from the Battlefield Pro radio, then you're going to be hearing it very soon. Now we're moving ourselves over to the player fixes. This is a big one. So when it comes to your Battle Royale, has there ever been a time where you took down every single person, you dominated the lobby, you got the W, you're in the final circle, you haven't won? What's going on there? Why have you not won? I've took down every single person. Where is my victory? Well, this will be a bug and it wasn't intended, and it could be extremely frustrating. You win the game and you can't even actually win the game because you just sat there in the final circle, and that could be really annoying. So thank goodness that they are fixing that. I was really worried if Battlefield was going to be doing some Battle Royale tournaments, and just imagine just watching that by 100,000 people in a live stream and they finally win the game and then nothing happens. That would be rough, so I'm glad to see that happen before any Battle Royale tournaments happen. Have you ever been playing the Battle Royale, you died, you ran out of your second chances and you're waiting for that redeploy beacon? Has there ever been a time where you got onto that redeploy beacon and got killed off straight away? Well, they're going to be improving that. Here we go. So this is a good one. Is there been a time where you've been playing the Battle Royale and you look at all your teammates and they're doing the ping and they're like, hey, on my ping, and you're just like, guys, we all have the same ping color, where you get to a point where you're just like, I'm blue 1, and then you got another teammate going like, I'm blue 2. It could be extremely frustrating. Well, it looks like they're going to be separating this, so each teammate is going to have their own colors. It's going to be way more easier to navigate and communicate with your teammates. There we go, troopers. That is some of the most important stuff for the Battlefield 6 update. If there's anything you'd like to see changed in Battlefield 6 in its next update, then please let me know in the comment section below. As a dev could be watching this, and I am a part of the creator program now, if there's any alarming stuff, I can forward it forward. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like, and of course subscribe if you're brand new. We're going on that 35,000 subs. I would love everyone to be a part of the channel. And just like always, I'll see you on the battlefield.